I, Socrates, an Athenian orator, rhetorician, and teacher born in 436 BC and died in 338 BC, lived in the period of the Peloponnesian War. Sophists like Gorgias heavily influenced him, and, after losing his inherited wealth at the end of the Peloponnesian War, Isocrates began to supplement his income by writing speeches for others to use in the courts. This is where his career as an orator began. During this time, he started to focus on the educational aspect, and, for more than 40 years, his main effort was to prepare others for successful public lives. Historically, he focused on teaching others for a successful oratory career. In his effort to separate himself from the sophists, Isocrates set out to define and implement his own idea of what rhetorical education should consist of. His concept of the trivium still has modern and practical grounds. The trivium is the idea that the elements of talent, study, and practice make up rhetorical education. These three concepts, natural ability or talent, practice or experience, and training or education, are the three components that make up a successful orator. In Against the Sophists, Isocrates especially denounced rhetorical teachers of his day for making claims about how much they could teach anyone about rhetoric. In the end, they were focused on teaching techniques that led only to victory, with no concern at all for truth. Isocrates heavily believed in the elements of natural ability and experience, which the sophists were not at all concerned with. While teachers of today do not focus much on creating successful orators, as that practice has gone the way of the dinosaurs, the trivium can be applied to other modern ideas and practices. Horseback riding has been a very large part of my life since I was 8 years old. At 22, I still take weekly lessons in order to make myself a better rider. With 14 years of lessons under my belt, one would think that I would be an exceptional rider. While I do have moments of brilliance, most of the time I'm very much middle of the road. My friend Amelia has also been riding and taking lessons for 14 years. However, she is a much better rider than I am, winning at most all of the shows she enters. How could this be possible? In order to make myself feel better about my own mediocre riding, the application of the trivium here is key. Remember that the trivium focuses on talent, study, and practice. Here it is easy to see that Amelia just has a natural ability that I do not have. While I can practice and train every day, there is no way for me to cultivate the natural ability that she has. In fact, we have trained together for the past 3 years, and she is still a much better rider than I am. This concept of the trivium still has academic applications as well. I can write an essay in an hour and get an A. Some of my friends can take a week, with multiple edits, to write the same paper and barely manage a B. I have a natural ability to write. With practice and education, others can get better at writing, but will still never possess the natural ability that I do.